So good morning. It's about probably, I think it's before 8 o'clock. And I'm heading down to the beach in Imperial Beach. And normally I would come to Coronado, which is just a few, Coronado Beach, which is just basically a few blocks from my house. But I love this place in Imperial Beach called Katie's Cafe. And Katie's, as I mentioned in one of my posts actually, has amazing coffee and great food and great sandwiches, and they also have these amazing cinnamon rolls. They only seem to bring like 1 or 2 packages in, and they go pretty fast. I've only had the one, and I'm trying to stay away from cinnamon rolls, actually, because I am powerless over cinnamon rolls and donuts and ice cream. I don't know if my life's unmanageable, but for the sake of argument, let's just say it is. Anyway, I wanted to come down here. I love the beach in the morning because it's nice and quiet and you can really hear the ocean. But also the great thing is that it's empty. And on some days in San Diego, we actually comb our beach. And we do that for a couple of reasons. We like to basically get all the seaweed off. And it also is pretty cool from my perspective because it makes the sand like really like fluffy and stuff. So it's really cool to like walk in your bare feet. So the flip-flops are off. So welcome to the beach. And the other thing is welcome to a weekday in San Diego. The personality of San Diego on a workday is significantly different than on the weekend. And I just want to give you a beautiful shot here of Imperial Beach. And it looks like someone out there is sort of doing some surfing, and then all the trucks doing the sand moving to flatten it out to make it worthy of us humans. So I wanted to talk about a lot of my videos, I think, are on perspective. And I find that my mom always said that, oh my God, Michael, people are so... Okay, so first of all, my mother is the only person in the world that calls me Michael. Let's be clear on that. With a group of friends, I'm known as Mickey, and then usually in the work scenario, I'm known as Mike, because my email address is Mike at whatever company I'm at. And the other reason I wanted to come out here, speaking of companies that I am honored to work at, where I work now at the University of San Diego, we have a new president. He's our 4th president, Dr. Harris, and he basically started yesterday in the sense that he was very visible to the majority of us. And it was funny because my folks who live back in Boston, my mom sent me an email and said, "Oh, your father just heard the news that the university has a new president, and he started it off with having an ice cream social," which he did, and it was kind of cool. I mean, he thought that was a good idea. I mean, there's nothing quite like sugar, fat, and high fructose corn syrup to really get people motivated to want to listen to you. And his speech was actually very simple and elegant, and sort of got me motivated. The reason that I'm walking on the beach right now, as opposed to just sitting my ass down on a couch and drinking coffee, which I'll be doing quite shortly, actually, is because he talked about So first of all, he's a great storyteller, and I don't mean this in a bad way at all, but I can tell you that my experience with great leaders is that great leaders are good storytellers. However, great storytellers are not necessarily great leaders. But nonetheless, he started off as a great storyteller. And he's told a couple of stories about, why teaching to him is very important, which resonated with me for sure, as well as I think a few of my colleagues. But one of the stories that he tells is a story that was passed along to him by a guide of theirs when he and his family were in, I believe, Kenya for a safari. And their guide shares this story with them, which is the lion gets up every morning and it says to itself, okay, so I need to run faster than the fastest gazelle, or basically I won't eat. And I'll starve and I'll die. Social Darwinism, I suppose. Well, maybe not just social, Darwinism. And so, survival of the fittest, lion, king of the jungle, yada, yada, yada. Now, the gazelle wakes up in the morning and says, man, as long as I can run faster than the fastest lion, I'm good, and I'll live one more day. So, and with the moral of the story that he imparted to us, which was basically get up in the morning and start running. And so how apropos that actually 3 people are just running past me just now on the beach. And since I have a damn GoPro, I should probably do a video of me running. Because, that's basically what this thing is made for, right? Outdoor sort of sports activities, an action camera. So maybe I'll do that on my next run, actually, and maybe I'll do it down here on the beach. Pass that along to you. But in any case, with the moral of the story being get up and start running. And I like that. In a couple of my other sort of blog posts, I've shared how, I get up in the morning and I am immensely grateful. I have a phrase that I use, which is, I wake up in the morning and I think to myself, I get another 24? What lottery did my soul just win? And I'm not joking, And so I love the whole get up in the morning and start running. Start doing something. Start doing something significant. I listened to another sort of story that I'll pass along to you is one that I heard from, I think it was 2009, and it was the keynote speech, basically, the imparting speech, to the graduate class at the University of San Diego. A friend of mine was graduating. She graduated a year before me with a Master of Science in Executive Leadership, which I'm honored to have participated in, and graduated in 2010. She graduated in 2009. And the speaker that they had, he was really engaging and energetic and positive and, insert adjective here that describes someone who's awesome. And he shared like 2 phrases, basically. But one of them was one that I'll paraphrase, which is one that I like, which I've heard from several other people, which is, what would you do if you were guaranteed you wouldn't fail? And I really like that one. It's a simple one. Most good phrases, I suppose, are simple, but nonetheless. So that's one that really resonates with me. And then the second one was basically, what would you do today that really scares you? Like if you were to wake up and think, oh man, if I do this, I don't know. I'm fearful. Do something today that really scares you. And that's actually more of a challenge, because it's more of a call to action of, yeah, get up, yeah, start running, but go do something that really, really scares you. And another one actually that I want to share with you is, what would you do today if you were going to do something that has a lot of impact? What are you going to do today? Ask yourself in the morning, what are you going to do today that's really significant? It's going to provide a lot of positive value. And again, the word a lot, right? That's sort of, it's subjective. If a lot of value is basically regularly going to a mom and pop sort of business and providing them with a smile as you walk in, as well as actually financial compensation for what the service they're providing, then that could be a lot of value. You don't know. For example, I'm going to go to Katie's, the coffee shop down here in Imperial Beach that I love, and I'm going to, give them money for basically coffee. Her whole family works there, and it's a family business. And so, is a lot of value being the regular guy that comes in and uses their Wi-Fi and uploads tons of video to his YouTube channel? I don't know. It's all subjective. But I think, for me, those are all the phrases that I've heard, and I'm repeating them. For me, I don't know if I've ever heard this before, but what I say is it going to make the world spin faster? That's sort of my litmus test. Now, obviously, if the world spins faster or slower, we're in deep shit. it's supposed to spin exactly at the rate that it's spinning right now. So let me be clear on that. Because you'd be like, shit, Mike, you're an engineer. You know it can't go any faster, right? Yes, if it went slower, then I'd probably lunge forward and fly off the edge of it. And if it went too fast, I'd probably jump back. Nothing would work, right? Okay, so it's spinning exactly at the rate that it's supposed to. But my point to that phrase is, what am I going to really be doing today that's going to add value? And I've shared that before. I really like to just sort of add value. What am I going to do that's significant? What am I going to do that's going to help people along the trajectory of better, in air quotes, better? And along the way, I've discovered that if you help other people and if you help other institutions, and you don't tell people about it, then it really makes me feel better, you know? So it's almost like I'm selfishly doing it because I want to feel better. I'm selfishly trying to make your life better because I know it's going to make my life better. And guess what? I want to feel better. Even though I feel pretty damn good on a regular basis. I blame Buddha and God and other great solutions in my life for my happiness. It's nice to be able to blame someone or something for something positive in your life, isn't it? But I'll tell you, so anyway, as I'm here in the morning walking on the beach in Imperial Beach, I just wanted to impart with you that I hope you wake up in the morning and you start running. I hope you wake up in the morning and say, I am the luckiest guy in the world. And I hope you wake up in the morning saying, how am I going to give back? How am I going to add value? How am I going to do something significantly positive? And as I've always said, how am I going to live the dream? Because I think that's the result of doing all that great stuff and acknowledging and being grateful. So anyway, it's Mike from Imperial Beach saying good morning, start running. I hope you're living the dream. Because if you're not living the dream, you're doing it wrong. Ciao.